Hi there, everybody. Welcome inside the Galen Center. Kate Scott alongside Maylana Martin. And Maylana, you talked about these two in the Open, and you were spot on because Courtney Jaco has been leading the way for USC.
She has, and she just does a great job of just knowing what that team needs. So whether it's defense, whether it's offense, she does just anything that USC needs in order to win this game. And you see here, she passes, but she also does a good job of getting her feet set, get ready for the pass back, and knocks down the open three. Here, she does a good job of running the floor in transition and just recognizes there is no one around her. She takes her time and knocks down the three again. And here, just showing how she can distribute the ball and push tempo offensively by leading the fast break. It's almost as if they have too many weapons. They're so versatile that they're having trouble settling on what is going to be their style and their calling card. There's times when they can play big and pound it inside. There's times where they're shooting lights out from the perimeter and they become a little bit more of a small ball team. But the one consistency is when they shoot well, they win. When they don't shoot well, they lose. She has super impressive. Had 19 points in the game up in Eugene versus the Bruins, coming off an 11-point game in the loss to Stanford Cardinal. And she's really starting to find her own. She's finding that balance between whether to look for her shot or whether to distribute. She's got averaging almost 4 assists a game in addition to that double-figure point average. And she's just doing some tremendous things to really drive this Ducks program. I just love how aggressive the Oregon Ducks have come out in this game. But the difference between today and Friday was that now they're going to the basket, but if they don't have a really good look, they're doing a nice job of kicking it back to a teammate, whether it's a kick out for a three or a drive to the basket. They're doing a nice job of sharing the basketball, and I think that's really made a difference for them.
That was a great screen right there by Madison Montgomery. She set a flat screen, which means her back was more towards the basket, and that was exactly where she wanted her offensive player to go.
UCLA just giving a clinic on sharing the basketball. But we can see defensively, this has really been the name of the game. But you see Oregon taking advantage, making that adjustment, setting a tough screen, and getting her teammate open. And then you see UCLA, this is one example of them sharing the basketball. You don't have to shoot that three, you're open. She gives it up and then gets it right back when you're open the second time, knock that down. Yeah, the first one is Colorado. You know, we've got Maya Hollingshed, senior. She's always been one that we know and associate with CU. Jalen Sherrod, even despite losing her a few games ago, Frida Foreman, that freshman, 11 points. They've got that notable win in overtime against Stanford. They've won 3 straight. They're just a fun team to watch.
Yeah, and they beat Washington State the other day. Who is your other surprise team? They have been brutal this year.
They have. They've taken down a couple Giants in overtime against Arizona, but with Crystal and Charlize Ledger-Walker, they have a completely different look, and they have just really taken the Pac-12 by storm. They've got notable wins against UCLA, Arizona, and Oregon State, and then all of their losses have also been really close. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's difficult to come in as a freshman on a normal year, but when you're jumping in on a COVID year and you're trying to jump in the middle of a season, you don't have that runway to like learn the sets and all that stuff. And it's a credit to how tough Dominic Darius is and just how good of a basketball player is that she's able to even come in and give productive minutes at all. She just, I know she's probably that's not exactly what she wants, but she's doing a really good job.
Everybody, welcome inside the Galen Center. I'm Kate Scott alongside my partner, Maylana Martin. And as I mentioned off the top, Maylana, this game has huge tournament implications for USC.
It does. USC has 17 wins and an RPI of 38. So they need to win 3 of their next 5 in order to get to that crucial 20-game mark.
You see here, Sanchez does a great job of taking it to the basket, but Kauehu just shows her athleticism and her length and just says, not in my house.
Yeah, and even though she may not have been the leading scorer in that first half, she just did so many things. She started out the game really hot for the Bruins, taking that leadership role, but it's the timeliness of her shots and her offensive plays. You see an awesome little dish to Cameron Brown. She had another one at the end of the half to Natalie Cho, but she's really been a difference maker for the Bruins, both offensively and defensively. Pay attention to how she uses her right elbow there. She uses it to kind of get around. She doesn't throw it. She
almost like hooks around the defense, which allows her to kind of propel herself away from the outstretched arm and allows her to get that shot off and the and one.
Yeah, she was just an offensive production juggernaut, but also just brought that energy that these Ducks needed. She, whether it was scoring, whether it was defense, whether it was rebounding, passing, she just really responded to Kelly Graves' challenge and was a big reason why they got the W today.